morning, sports fans. This is Football Psyche, and this is Coach Bud
and Lord Sarge.
All right, everybody. We just came back from the 2024 NFL Draft, and we want to share with you some of our experiences that we did there. So we're going to ask several questions, like what are the real-time reactions that we had to the top 10 draft picks, as well as what are our Lions and Commanders draft grades? And number 3, our division outlooks based on the draft. I want to be able to start off by showing you guys a little bit of a highlight reel of what it looked like when we were at the draft.
It was pretty amazing, I tell you. Detroit was on fire and ready for the show.
I was very impressed by the city of Detroit. Just the sea of blue, the sport, how clean everything was. You know, how much fun everybody was having. It just really gave me a new perspective on the city of Detroit.
Good family fun. Set a new record, set several records for the NFL. Our first draft, I was impressed as hell.
Yeah, just really overcome the stigma of everything inner city of Detroit.
Did I say there were cheerleaders? There were cheerleaders!
Look at us out there, Lord Sarge. We're out there living it up, man.
They had live shows, live broadcasts, stars popping in and out.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, sports fans, without further ado, we are going to play the top 10 picks, not as you see them as they come across the stage that you can catch on any video, and most of you that watched it real time already saw, but what you're going to see is Lord Sarge and I's reaction to each one of the picks.
And you know what? We buggied out of there because there were too many people. And we went to a sports bar and did a live podcast from the sports bar, and that's where you're going to see the reactions from.
All right, well, let's get on with it.
Has the mock draft that we came up together with to see just how bad mock drafts suck.
How bad.
We're going to be going through this with them live and see how we did against what we thought was going to be the draft. Again, the biggest debate still is, will the Redskins take Drake May or
Jaden Daniels is definitely the pick.
We are less than 30 minutes from that decision. We'll come back to you soon. And finally, the pick is in. The pick is in. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Caleb?
It's going to be Caleb Williams at number 1. All they got to do is do it. All those guys over there are Bears fans, by the way. So,
oh boy.
This is definitely Caleb Williams at number 1. We all know it.
But they milk it for...
Milk the clock first just so you can open a beer.
13 minutes. I owe the coach a beer. Why does that always happen to me? I owe the coach another damn beer.
Because you don't ever listen to me. That's why it always happens to you.
Yeah.
If you listen to me, you wouldn't be out so much beer all the time.
I'd be right as rain.
You'd be right.
We drink on the channel.
For a second coming of quarterback. About to hear the name of Caleb Williams from the draft stage. Roger Goodell heading out.
Oh, they're calling it already.
To make this selection known. And then the intrigue will begin with the Washington Commanders.
Oh, and then the intrigue will begin. All right, here it comes. Here it comes.
Here it is, guys.
In the 2024 NFL Draft.
Pick somebody else, just for the hell of it.
Caleb.
All right, we knew it. Okay, the number 1's in. It's Caleb. Folks, we're back again. The pick is in on the second pick by the Commanders. The pick is in. We're about ready to see if it's going to be Drake May or
it's going to be Jaden Daniels from LSU, baby. The Heisman Trophy winner. It's got to be.
You know it's going to be Drake May. It needs to be Drake May. It's got to be Drake May, or I owe this man another beer. By the 5th round, we won't be able to talk anymore. So the pick is in. We're getting ready. They're showing shots here of the crowd. We were in that crowd. Over 300,000 people there today, and they closed it off. Overcapacity. Couldn't handle it. We got the hell out of there and found the best sports bar in Taylor, Michigan, right outside of Detroit. What's it called? This bar. What's this bar called, Brad?
Big League Brews.
Big League Brews. All right, walking across the stage.
On, man.
Here comes the selection.
On,
Here comes
Let's
the
go.
selection.
With the second pick in the 2020
Come on, let's go!
Washington Commanders select Jaden Daniels.
Oh, man! Oh, man!
Man,
It's another beer! Ah!
Get a picture, Mike.
Jaden Daniels is the choice of the Washington Commanders, DJ.
This has just gone from an unwatchable offensive product to must-see TV. When you put this playmaker at the helm,
Jaden Daniels, baby!
You were right. I was wrong.
I got Drake May going to the Patriots. They're going to field a lot of phone calls, but in the end, they're going to take Drake May.
So since Jaden Daniels went number 2, Coach Mad Mike thinks it's going to be Drake May, number 3.
Drake May, New England at number 3.
I don't know what to say. I'm just a fan. I'm just here for the good times at this awesome bar.
Yeah.
In the end, the Patriots are likely for their
I believe this is Drake May from UNC right here.
You don't think it's going to be J.J. McCarthy?
Nope. Drake May.
You sure it's not J.J. McCarthy?
Drake May.
With the third pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Drake May.
Ah, you're right.
3 for 3, baby.
Drake made it to the Patriots. Drake May. All right, the pick is in for the Cardinals. Coach Mad Mike, what are you thinking? Do they trade? Or are they going straight down and picking up McCarthy?
If the Vikings traded up for him, it's J.J. McCarthy, and he did not, the pick is in. This is going to be wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. Because that would give Kyler Murray the number 1 wide receiver that he's been looking for.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This could be really interesting. If J.J. McCarthy doesn't go, for whatever reason, we don't make history, and that means the Broncos are in play, the Giants are in play, the Raiders are in play for McCarthy. Here it comes. We trading?
With the fourth pick,
It's a pick.
2024 NFL,
Marvin Harrison Jr.
the Arizona Cardinals select Marvin.
Coach Matt Mike got it again. No NFL history tonight. No new record set. The Cardinals go with a new target for Kyler Murray. The pick is in, so this is not going to be a trade. So the Chargers are going to take the next best receiver.
If that's the case, it'll be Malik Neighbors
Malik Neighbors,
out
yeah,
of LSU.
we agree. If they're still looking for a receiver.
I believe that they are. So if this is not a trade, it's going to be Malik Neighbors.
With the fifth pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Joe Alt.
Oh! That's a big change. Joe Walt. Oh, we did not see that coming.
That makes
We
sense.
did not.
That makes sense though because Jim Harbaugh likes to establish the running game.
Yeah.
So him to get the big old offensive lineman there, and also
6'8", 321 pound Alt. That guy's going to be a monster on the Chargers. I
Wow.
like what Jim Harbaugh's doing this year already. I like it already. Putting the power run team together. So the pick is in on the Giants. We're waiting to see what's going to happen. We don't know if the Vikings are going to trade up to get McCarthy, who's still on the board. We don't know if the Giants are going to keep him.
I think this is where McCarthy goes, whether it's a trade or the Giants are just picking. They're picking.
They're picking. Oh.
This is J.J. McCarthy.
If it's not J.J. McCarthy, that makes things interesting with the Giants, doesn't it?
This is the Giants picking J.J. McCarthy right here.
You would think.
I would really be shocked if it's not.
Here it comes.
With the sixth pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Malik Neighbors.
Oh! I had that pick of Malik Neighbors. didn't I?
You give me a beer back.
No! I had Malik Neighbors at number 6.
You did have Malik Neighbors in your mock draft. Yep. But here comes the commish to the podium.
This is going to be I have no idea what these guys are going to do.
We have no clue.
No clue at all.
They don't need a quarterback.
Nope.
In the 2024 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select J.C. Latham.
Who?
Whoa!
Who? He's not even in our mock draft. He's not even in the mock draft.
All the way down here at 24.
We had him at 24. Wow.
Like, he came way up.
Tackle. Wow.
Like, I kind of figured that they would still stay tackle, but, like, you had Fashano, you had, like, all these other guys. Like, Latham, really?
All right, so 8th round pick is in. We know the Falcons aren't taking a quarterback because they just spent $180 million on one. So now we're asking the question, what do we think the Falcons can do?
I think right here is edge rusher Dallas Turner. That's what I'm thinking.
Get some defensive help.
Get some defensive help. I think this is where the first defensive player comes off the board right here.
And Coach Matt and Mike and I are still talking about Latham because in our mock draft we had several other offensive tackles that we rated higher. But for whatever reason, the Titans like Latham. So here comes the commish on the 8th pick. This could be very interesting.
I think this is Dallas Turner right here.
Here we go.
Big is in.
2024 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Michael
Whoa, okay, that got a lot of wows.
Whoa! Michael Penix.
That got a lot of wows. They went for a quarterback.
And it wasn't J.J. McCarthy.
Wow. So I guess they
Whoa!
don't. I guess they don't believe in the $180 million they just spent. They took a quarterback. So how much has the Falcons spent now? What's this guy going to go for, Coach Bad Mike?
Oh, it's up there. It's quite a few million.
7, 8 million?
It's not that high, but it's up there.
4 or 5 million.
Somewhere around in there.
Where's
Penix going?
A lot lower. They don't need a quarterback.
They don't need a quarterback.
They just got Kirk Cousins for $180 million and made him the highest paid quarterback in the league.
I guarantee you Kirk Cousins is not happy about this move.
Oh, no.
He wanted a target or he wanted his defense to be better.
Absolutely. And they just picked his replacement, basically. All right. At pick 9 are the Bears again, and we got some Bears fans sitting beside us. Coach Matt and Mike, talk to them. What do they have to say?
Yeah, they all agree with me in my mock draft that this is where Rome Odunze is going to go. Of course, it's been a crazy draft so far, but we might be getting back on track, and this might be where they get the weapon for.
Do you think there's any chance that there will be a trade here? Because we haven't had a trade yet.
I don't think so. I think the Bears are probably going to pick right here.
Because that's a hard need for them, right?
Yeah, it's you just got a brand new quarterback. You need to give him a weapon to throw to.
Well, they've already got weapons in Chicago. Keenan Allen, for God's sake. DJ Moore. They got more weapons than they know how to shake a stick at.
I think
they're going to pick somebody to protect that new quarterback they just paid a shiny penny for.
You think this is where they're going to go tackle or something?
Yep. They have to. You got to protect the kid.
I'm going to stick with my pick on my
When you got Keenan Allen and you've got DJ Moore, you don't need any more weapons at wide receiver.
We will see.
And here comes the pick.
I think this is going to be Rome right here. Rome Odunze right here.
It's just the 9th overall pick.
With the 9th pick,
Definitely not trading.
NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Rome.
You were right, Coach Mad Mike.
Rome Odunze.
Good job, guys. Good job, guys. Way to go, Bears. Good job, Bears.
Hey, Bears, you guys did an amazing job tonight.
Good job, Bears. All right, we got our first trade coming in for this draft here. Let me get this separated.
For Michael Penix, Rome Odunze was the guy he always targeted.
So the first trade is in, and the Vikings are moving up finally.
The Vikings are moving up one spot with the New York Jets. And right here is where I believe that J.J. McCarthy comes off the board.
Chris Peterson stayed there through some lean years, and even when Kalen DeBoer...
It's got to be J.J. McCarthy. You don't have anyone.
Yeah, you don't move up.
He's the next best guy.
You don't move up right here.
I'm not going to take Bo Nix.
Nah, this is J.J. McCarthy right here.
J.J. McCarthy falls to number 10.
10th overall.
Even the commentators are talking about JJ on this one. I think this is pretty obvious. The pick is in now.
Pick is in. I think this is JJ McCarthy.
So the Jets traded up. I wonder what they got for that trade.
That's what they got right there.
The Jets get an 11?
Yeah, that's the first round pick, the 11th overall. But they got a 4th and a 5th, basically for a 6th.
That's not bad. That's a good move for the Jets, who have Aaron Rodgers.
And all they did was move down one spot.
Yeah, I think that was a great move by the Jets, don't you?
Great move by the Jets, yeah.
Great move.
And they're still going to be able to get the guy that they want.
Yep. Very good move by the Jets. I think that was a power move by the Jets
I'm surprised that the Vikings didn't just wait one more pick. Like, did they really think the Jets were going to take him?
They might have. Well, Aaron Rodgers had that Achilles. He was out in 2 minutes. So maybe the Jets were, maybe they were thinking the Jets would want somebody behind him.
Yeah, maybe the Jets said, I'm going to take him here if you don't trade up and get him.
They made the offer, you mean?
Yeah.
They made the call and said, hey, this is what we're doing if you need one.
I'm going to pick him, but if you don't,
give me something.
You better give me something if you want.
You know what, Coach Rad Mike? I think you got a point on that one, man.
Yep.
That was some hog swaggling right there.
Hog swaggling. We finally got some hogs.
Tastes great.
Let's fill it.
Tastes great.
Let's fill it.
Tastes great.
Let's fill it. This will be JJ McCarthy. I can guarantee it.
To help make the Minnesota Vikings selection, we are honored to have with us the surviving mother, brothers, and nephew of fallen hero.
We like that. Go Army.
Zachary Ewing. Cancer that was discovered after he was injured during his second deployment to Iraq. We salute him and thank his family and the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, which offers
good on the NFL for supporting Gold Star families.
I'm now going to turn this over to Sergeant Ewing's nephew, Asher, who will announce the pick in honor of his uncle.
Come on, Asher. Get up there, kiddo. Oh, this is cool, man. I like this stuff. This is good for the NFL, and it's good for the families.
In the 2024 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select JJ McCarthy.
All right, we called that one. Oh, my God. JJ went. He fell and fell and fell. Pick number 10. There's one quarterback left. One.
But the thing is everybody thought that he was going to Minnesota all along.
With a hog swaggling deal.
Well,
but they were going to bid up to get him.
He even has the hat right
Yeah.
Minnesota probably played that perfectly because they didn't have to go all the way up to get him. He fell to him.
That's a good call on that part.
That's an A+ job by the Vikings.
So now, this is another NFL record, though. It's 5 quarterbacks in the first 10 rounds.
First 10 picks. That's right.
Yeah.
That is.
They're going to put that up on the screen anytime here because I called it.
Yeah, because you called it, man. You're on it.
Yep.
We're going to get you on camera with that, all right?
I should be their stats.
We're going to get you on camera with that.
I don't know why they don't hire you, man.
Brad's here with us, Brad of the Army, and Brad has an NFL stat that he wanted to add from the fan, because he's a fan like me. We welcome to the channel. So what's your stat, the new NFL record stat tonight, Brad?
Well, I just want people to know that that's now 5 quarterbacks taken in the first 10.
All right there, Sarge.
What? I was just looking at that there, Coach Mad Mike, and something came across my head. When the Falcons pulled that boondoggler,
yep,
and picked Penix, we were thinking that the Jets might do the exact same thing and put somebody behind Aaron Rodgers who had a similar injury.
We sure did.
We
sure did.
But they didn't. They didn't.
There was a few surprises in the first round. I like the range of emotions. We hit on a lot of these, but there were some shockers out there too.
Yeah, and Brad got in there. Our buddy Brad from the Army.
That's it, man. I'd love to see Brad, man. I'm so happy Brad came and joined us.
Thanks, Brad, for all the help.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, the Lions did not pick in the top 10. They had the 29th overall pick, but they traded up to number 24 to get who there, Lord Sarge?
Terrion Pinky Arnold.
Pinky. Yeah,
I call him, he's forever Pinky to me now because of the pink suit he wore. Oh, dear God. Not
Yeah,
pink.
he was.
He
So
could have worn
quarterback,
Lions
Terry
blue,
Arnold.
but he didn't. He wore pink. So, Pinky,
So-
I wish you luck.
Yeah. So I got some. We did get out there and get some interviews when we were out there on throughout the day, and so we came across some other Lions fans. Let's show you one right here. Hey man, we're at the NFL draft.
Woo!
All right, what is your name? Where are you from?
Ryan, I'm from Southfield, Michigan.
All right, where are you from?
I'm from Franklin, Michigan.
All right, first of all, we got to give a shout out to him. He is on his bachelor party weekend. Congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Was this all part of the plan all along?
Oh yeah, definitely. We're having a great time out here, and our Lions picked somebody that we're happy with, so we're having fun out here. This is a great time.
That's so outstanding. All right, Ryan. So tell me, man, like, what do you guys think of your pick?
Love the pick. It's perfect. We're tightening up the secondary. We had some issues in the offseason with some cornerback situations, so we're tightening that up. I think we got a guy that had no business being where he was at that point, so we moved up and we got our guy. It's perfect.
Yeah, Terrion Arnold, I'm telling you, this guy is a beast from Alabama. Like, he's going to, like, rip it up for you guys. What do you guys think you're going to do for now on in the draft?
We got to tighten up the trenches, so I think we could still use an edge guy, and we have a great offensive line. Everyone knows the Lions have a good offensive line, but you got to have depth. So guys go down, injuries happen in the NFL, so I want to tighten up the depth. So I'd like to go back to the trenches, O-line or D-line.
Okay, so, with the picks, O-line, D-line, is there any other positional groups that you guys are looking at?
Wide receiver, I think we still could use a little bit of depth and help in as well. But we're a well-rounded team, so I think we got a good philosophy. Brad Holmes just likes to select who he thinks the best guy is. So whatever he does, we're going to trust because his track record speaks for itself.
Yeah, Brad's been building an incredible team. You guys had an amazing season. What do you guys think you're going to do this year?
We're going to the Super Bowl.
We're going to the Super Bowl. All right, you guys heard it right here. Nice meeting you guys, Ryan. You guys take care.
Thanks, brother. Go Lions.
Woo. All right.
I love those guys.
Football Psyche, shout out, follow, subscribe on YouTube.
All right,
These guys are great.
All right. So we also came across a milestone while we were there as a brand new channel. We crossed our 200 subscriber. We're well on our way to 300 at the time of this video. But we want to recognize our 200 subscriber right here.
My name is Senna, and I'm from Metro Detroit.
All right, so what do you think about the draft so far?
We got a good pick so far. We have a good, solid pick, and we got rid of Sutton last year, so it's like we replaced him with the guy. I don't know his name, but
Terrion Arnold.
Terrion Arnold. We replaced him with him, so he had a crazy season last year at Alabama. So we should have a Super Bowl run season this year, or even better. So we'll see.
All right, we've got a special guest right here because he is our 200 subscriber.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we need to know what your name is and where you're from.
My name is Abraham, and I'm from the Metro Detroit area.
Another Metro Detroit area guy, so we appreciate you out there. Thank you so much for being our 200 guy. So what do you think about the draft so far?
Hey, to be honest, I'm not mad at it, especially as a Detroit Lions fan. I'm actually pretty excited. I'm just excited to see what else we got on the board for these later rounds. I'm happy with our pick on our defensive side with our kid from Alabama. He could help do us some real good after Sutton, was cooking us all the Super Bowl run. So.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody who tripped more times than Sutton did. Now, what do you guys think you guys are going to do today?
Hopefully we just add on to our defense because that's where we really lack on. And then hopefully we can combat that with maybe some later round picks for offense, trying to increase our depth charts. But apart from that, I think we're heading in the right direction. I can't really be mad with whatever we picked. So,
well, hey, I will never forget you because we got pictures of you and everything as our number 200 guy. This is so awesome.
Forget 201 either.
At 201, guys, they were fighting over the pick of 200, but he won out. But this was so awesome. It was so much fun. All right, so anyway, guys, make sure you tell them, hey, subscribe to Football Psyche, will you?
Subscribe to Football Psyche. Make sure you like,
comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to Football Psyche.
Turn on the post notifications.
There you go. Hey, we appreciate you guys, man. Thank you, guys. This is fun. All right. A really cool thing that happened, we were going around to all the different activities, and there's all kinds of things. Some throwing competitions, cheerleaders out there, big helmets you can take pictures with. Displays out there, the Super Bowl rings and the Lombardi Trophy concert going on. Yeah.
40-yard dash.
That's right. That's a 40-yard dash.
Yep.
Yeah. What was some of the things that you liked the most about being out there, Sarge?
I'll tell you something. You could walk up to anyone and talk to anyone. It was really, really, really awesome. The environment was great. The weather was. It was chilly, but it was sunshine. It even got me a little sunburn on my face. But the people were amazing, and not just Detroit Lion people, but they had the steel. I mean, most every team had someone representing, crazy costumes and everything. Looked like a football game, but a football game with every team. But it was a sea of blue. I mean, a sea
It really was.
of blue.
It really was a sea of blue. So we even came across this one thing that I don't know how we got this guy to do it, but he ended up doing a backflip for us. So let's check this out.
This guy is a YouTuber, owns a channel. He's a professional gymnast and does coaching workouts. And I think it's girlfriend or his wife is the one that does all the camera work for him. Really, really good guy. Cool guy.
Really
Both of them
guy.
are really nice.
So I appreciate
And
you.
you're from New Orleans, right? New Orleans, Coach Mad Mike.
I think, yeah. He was from New Orleans, so
Great guy,
really,
yeah.
really cool.
Or
So
his girlfriend was. I can't remember.
yeah. So even though it pains us to give recognition to the Super Bowl champions, we did run across some Chiefs fans, and they were actually pretty nice to talk to. So let's listen to them real quick. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm John from Toronto.
Tom from Toronto as well.
Listen, you guys are huge Chiefs fans. You guys had an incredible draft yesterday, getting worthy. What do you guys think about the pick?
I think it's unreal. I think the Jags and Bills passing over him, it left the opportunity for them. And the Bills, of course, give up their pick again, which is absurd to me. But hey, we'll take it any day. It's better than when you go to the first round, you want a receiver, you want offense. You don't want to that's my personal opinion. But anything that improves the team's good. So
yeah. So 4.21 speed, man. What do you think?
Oh man, he's could be another Tyreek Hill, but he can run routes too right at the gate.
Oh, what a good analysis. Could be another Tyreek Hill. So that's incredible. So, for the rest of the draft, what are you looking for?
I think they need a.
Let me handle this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need a tackle. I'd maybe wait till the third or fourth, or maybe fourth or fifth. I do want a running back at some point, maybe a little early. Get some guy behind Pacheco. We have Clyde, but it'd be nice to have three guys. Maybe a cornerback later. We're always good at drafting guys, defensive ends late in the draft. So,
okay, outstanding. And so, any additional special moves that you kind of think? We talked about Reese before, the IPP player. You guys had some comments on him. What do you kind of hope to see out of him?
I would hope that he turns into kind of a third down guy, short yardage, maybe punch it in at the goal line a few times, viable special teams guy.
Yeah, so for Football Psyche, he is our long shot that we're tracking, kind of trying to hope, and so that's the reason why we bring him up. He's like the long shot that we're kind of rooting for. So anyway, any final comments about what do you think with the Chiefs so far, and what do you think you might do?
I'm really happy. I think, if anything, the Chiefs didn't lose many pieces in the offseason, so it'd be nice to couple picks together to get 2, 3, 4 guys instead of having 7 or 8. They don't really need that many pieces, so they get those top picks that they need, and it's been a hell of a draft so far. So,
all right, guys. Hey, thank you so much. Enjoy the draft.
Thank you.
Really cool guys.
Yeah, really cool guys. Large Sarge, what do you give the Lions? I mean, we heard a lot of Lion stuff earlier today. How do you assess and how do you grade their draft class?
So, I mean, we were pretty far down. So I think we got the best we could with our pick. I do think Terrion was probably better. I was really hoping for an edge rusher, and we actually didn't pick one up in the other 5 picks. But we did shore up the line. We did get another DB. So we've got a lot of depth, I think, in the secondary, which I think was a very smart move between Dan Campbell. So they couldn't do much. So I'm going to give them a B+. But you could say that was an A. They did exactly what they needed to do to fill up the holes they had. And I think they got the best players. The only reason I'm not giving an A is because we didn't get an edge rusher. And I think we need an edge rusher. B+.
All right. Sounds good. So I will give you guys
what do you think the Commanders did? How do you think they did in their draft?
Yeah. So when I
not counting the quarterback, because everyone knew that's who he's getting. You can't count Dayton. That was a given. So everything else that they did, that's what I want to hear, Coach Mad Mike.
Yeah. So one of the things that I had is like you said, I called Jaden Daniels 6 weeks ago. That was going to be the pick. And so it wasn't a real shocker to me, even after all the drama with his agent and everything. I think when it comes to me, when I look at their overall draft class, I know CBS Sports graded them an A+ draft grade. I'm sorry, I can't give them an A+ draft grade. And here's why. even though I like a lot of the picks that they did, I struggle whether or not I give them a B plus or an A minus grade. I will probably have to say, because they filled every single position with the exception of one, and that one could be arguable, I will probably give them an A minus minus. All right. It's like
ain't no like A minus.
So I will keep you in the A grade as A minus minus minus.
You don't think the Commanders not taking a tackle knocks them down out of the A category easily?
Yeah, I might give it. You're right. I might.
The key piece they needed that they walked away. If they walked away with a QB and an offensive tackle, that they could have called it quits right there and been good. You don't think that makes them a C?
No, because the rest of their draft is extremely strong. I mean, one of the things I like was they did pick up a defensive tackle, even though I didn't think that they needed one. That was graded with a top 15 grade. He fell to the second. They also picked up, Christian McCaffrey's little brother as a wide receiver, slot receiver. I think he's going to be a great pick.
Wasn't there a new NFL record? 7 sons of 7 Pro Bowlers.
Sounds something like that.
Were in this draft and got drafted. Something.
Yeah,
amazing.
It was pretty much a pedigree kind of
crazy.
Sure.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, when Papa raises them since he's 4 to learn pro concepts. I think overall, with the tight end that we picked up, the corner that we picked up, I mean, there's a lot of very, very solid picks, even all the way down to the 7th pick when we picked up Patrice. I felt like they were all extremely solid picks. The only real negative I have on them was I was really expecting them to trade back up into the first round to get one of those top tier offensive tackles, and they simply did not do it. And that was hugely disappointed. And I wasn't alone in that analysis.
And you know what, Coach Man Mike, out of all the Commanders fans we talked to at the draft party, just about everyone shared that same opinion. What? So
yeah. And so I know that we drafted Coleman. My jury's still out on him. I would love to have given him a development year. I think right now, when you look at our Lord's projected depth chart, assuming that we don't go out and get another free agent or make a move or something like that, they're projecting him to be the week 1 starter. I wouldn't do that if I was the coach. I think he's got an extraordinary upside, but I would have liked him develop underneath a veteran who's ready to go now, who's proven to be able to work with him on techniques, because he only has 1 year as a college left tackle. He spent most of his career at right tackle.
He's got to need time for technique.
Yeah, technique's a huge thing, and there's a huge leap between college and the NFL, and I'm really concerned when you start going up against some of these elite edge rushers, he's going to get schooled. And with what we're trying to do and trying to keep Jaden Daniels healthy, that makes me nervous.
Yep.
So anyway, I want to go and I want to talk about, now that we've looked at free agency. I mean, we're quite into the offseason right now. When we look at what you guys did in free agency for the Lions and what you guys have now done in a draft, what do you think your outlook is inside the division?
Well, I can't do that in a vacuum. I gotta look at what the Bears did, and I gotta look at how Green Bay did and the Vikings. And I have to tell you, I think both Green Bay and the Bears made some very, good choices in the draft. The Vikings did what they had to do. I don't know that improves the team, but the Bears gave us fits and starts down the stretch. They came on strong, but they lost, their quarterback this year. So they've got a rookie in there, even though he's got talent all around him. Overall, I would say we're the favorite to win the division. I think it's our division to lose, frankly speaking, which could happen. There was a couple close games with the Pack and the Bears last year. The Vikings never gave us any problems, really. But I think overall, division stacks up the same this year. I think it's going to come out looking the same with us on top. So we'll see.
I tell you what, I'm going to be rooting for you guys to go all the way to the show and win it, because I think with the pieces that you added, especially on defense, and being able to hold your coaches together, I think, because both of them were up for head coaching jobs, and you guys held the whole team together and really added some solid pieces, both in free agency and the draft, like Reader.
We filled the holes.
Davenport, and then going out and getting Terrion Arnold. I think those are all like really incredible additions that should make you a lot stronger this year. So I'm going to be rooting for you guys because I think you guys are going to go shot at getting there.
So I'm interested, Coach Mad Mike, coming out of this, new quarterback and everything, no tackle, good depth. Where do you think the Commanders are going to fall?
No, it's a fair question. So, this is usually the time of year where, Redskins Nation all thinks that they're going to the Super Bowl. They're delirious like they are every year that they've been for like 30 some years. We always feel like, we're on cloud nine, when the season ends. But, I'm a little bit more of a realist as an analyst and as a coach. We're rebuilding, right? And I think we're taking all the right steps in the right directions with the new owner, with the new head coach, Dan Quinn, with Adam Peters being our general manager, getting all that stuff, new offensive and defensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury, and Witt being on as a defensive coordinator. I think we're doing all that. Now we got a new quarterback. Again, I am concerned about the left tackle position. And it really kind of depends on how this team gels. I think the team to beat this year is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hands down.
What they did to get Saquon Barkley still shocks me. What they did to add additional pieces to already a strong team. I think Dallas has run flat in the offseason, and I think that they're going to run into issues because of what Jerry Jones did of not re-signing Dak Prescott, not re-signing CeeDee Lamb. The jury's still out. It doesn't make a team feel good. Plus, they lost a lot of 5 players to the Commanders. They lost their defensive coordinator and their assistant defensive coordinator to us, which is now our head coach in our DC. So there's some, and I'm not a huge Mike Zimmer fan either. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens to Dallas. I tell you what, if they sleep on Micah Parsons next year, Dan Quinn's going to be right there ready to snatch him up next year. Mm-hmm. But the Giants, I don't think, did a lot to help improve themselves. So I really think I think we're going to improve. We might be able to finish second in the division.
I'm calling it.
Behind the Philadelphia Eagles. Yep. We are going to be struggling. If we make it to the playoffs, it'll be by the skin of our teeth. Mm-hmm. But I do think we'll be much improved.
Both games, at least they wins. Last year, it was tight. It was close when they had no reason to even be close. They balled them, and they've improved. So It's not impossible. For whatever reason, the Commanders last year seemed to have Philly's number when no one else did.
Yeah, and I think we're probably my outlook is. Yeah, I think my outlook for them is that they'll finish second in the division and they'll be scrapping for a wild card spot. And then we'll see how it goes. I'll be happy if we just have a very solid performance and give all of us fans hope for the future. But I don't expect us to
it's a rebuild year.
Yeah, it's a rebuild year. We're not at the level of the Detroit Lions. Let me put it that way. I really am rooting for you guys to go all the way this year.
That's why I love you, Coach Mad Mike.
Yeah, I know. You can pay me later. But that's what we got for the show tonight, everybody. Any parting words there, Lord Sarge?
Nope. I loved going to the draft. It was our first draft. I love spending time with you there. I think we learned a lot, and I think we got to meet a lot of great people. The people of Detroit were fantastic, as we've said several times. Good wings, good beers.
Can't beat that.
Great, clean city. Amazing time.
That's called living the good life, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, everybody. This is Football Psyche and Coach Mad Mike and Lord Sarge, and we are out of here.